Well, no worries. Well, no worries. But the guys already know the intro. They already know when to come in. They make sure they hit that like button. Make sure they hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Yeah. And the funny thing, guys, for some reason I woke up today. It was weird because I was like, woke up today. I was like, man, what is going on in this crazy world of ours? But Jordan got that lined up. So Jordan, what's on your mind? What's going on? Let's do it.
What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Glad y'all coming in. Oh, also, people, hey, it's open panel Wednesdays too. So if you guys want to come in, want to talk a little topic with us, come here and join us. Hakeem was singing Leak on the bottom. So like I said, it's open panel Wednesday. So if you guys want to come in, come on by, chat with your boys, chat with your boys.
You're all
What's going
right.
on, Bobby? Bobby Bryant, production X Dark. I see you, Ken Dog. I see you, man. Welcome, man. We always appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Yes, folks. So as you guys know, we got plenty of topics for you guys for today. You know, some of you make you laugh, some of you make you mad, whatever you want to feel. You want to have a good day. Also, like I said, y'all reaction you can put in the chat. Like I said, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. All right. So the first topic we have for today, there was a TikToker who went viral, and she was talking about how she basically put her kitty cat. She priced her kitty cat for $1,000, and there was this she was talking about on TikTok about how she couldn't find a successful man around her age, and I believe she is 28 years old, and she really can't find a successful man a man around her age, the 30s and everything, which is pretty true because usually a man don't make his really financial strides till over 35 or 40 and everything. So it's very rare you see a man in their 20s in their 30s to really have a financial be financial ready at that time and everything. It's very very rare. And like I said, she definitely went viral about it, and it asked me to it's in and it asked. Hold on, hold on. Then go to settings. Alexa, stop. Hold on, Phil. Alexa. Alexa. Alexa.
Yes, people, bear with us for one moment now.
To connect, swipe down from the top of your screen. Alexa. Go to settings. Network.
That's crazy. Alexa not listening to him today. Alexa said, "No, I'm not listening to you."
My bad, fellas. I don't know why Alexa came on. So anyway, back to the point. So, like I said, we're talking about this chick. As the chick selling her kitty for $1,000, and it went so well that she's probably marrying the guy, and they're going to get married and everything. So it just got me of a question. Of a topic is, not struggle. I'm sorry, I put that down. Is struggle of defined as being average, because because I'm sorry, the topic is, does broke defined as being average, because as you see a lot of women out here on YouTube and all in these streets, I don't want a broke man. And to me, it seems like it's being defined of, they're not looking for an average man. And I definitely want to talk about it. And that's what it looks like to hear 2024 of, when women say they're not looking for a broke man, it seems kind of sad. It's like they're not looking for an average man. And so, but yeah, this chick right here, she was, like I said, she wasn't looking, she couldn't find a successful man at her age. And now she was dating somebody. I think he's the guy's 40, 49, 50 years old, and now they're engaged to get married and everything. So we're gonna play the clip for you guys. After that, we're gonna chop it up. Go ahead, Hakeem. Lady, sit down. Go to your. Oh, you threw up on your. Damn.
Let's be for real. Why would I be with a 50-something-year-old man for the fact that he's just handsome and he's cute and he makes me laugh and his vibes is all right? I can do that with a guy that's my age and struggle with that guy. I'm confused. Love exists, but it's not unconditional love. Sorry. I'm not a mother. I love my dog unconditionally, but there are conditions to being with me. You gotta have some money. Does every guy your age struggle with? Maybe point me to one that's not a rapper or a basketball player, and then we can talk about it, because that's a silly question to ask me. But let's be for real. Why would I be? Get ready with me as I tell you guys how I met my fiance. Disclaimer, if you're against selling that cat and putting a price on your kitty, I suggest you exit, because over here we got a price, baby. Okay, I am just doing the final touches on my makeup, because honestly I filmed this video and then I was like, oh, let me film it again. People come on my comments all the time and they're like, be honest, you were out selling that cat and that's how you met him. And I was, because I have no shame in having a price on my kitty cat. So I met my now fiance at one of my favorite hotel bars that I used to go to in Boston. I was actually waiting for my friend because she and I were gonna go a little bar hopping. So as soon as I walked in and sat down, I think I was sitting down for probably like 2 minutes. He walks in with his guy friend. Immediately they walk up to me. First thing he said was, can I buy? Get ready with me as I tell you guys how I met my fiance.
So there you go. There's the clip that we shown. As you can see, she says she's sold her stuff for $1,000. Unfortunately, the guy, I kind of know what type of guy he was to do that anyways. But hey, I will discuss it a little bit more when we get to it. It's my turn to talk about it. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's talk about it. So I'm gonna pass it to you guys. I'm sorry with you, Ronnie. Looking at what she's did and everything, her struggle trying to find a successful man. Do you believe in 2024 as do you think that being a broke man is kind of defined as being the average man? Because you hear a lot of these people, I don't want a broke guy or broke guy or broke guy, and and to me it defines the terms of it. They just don't want an average guy. They want somebody that's in the six figures and that that's financial and everything. So my lengthy question is again: do you feel like broke a broke man is the equivalent of a man being average?
See, people gotta have a lot of women gotta understand what is their own definition of being broke, because some guys that's broke could be a guy that's still working on pretty much working at a 9 to 5 job, but he just don't have that high earner status that most women would actually prefer in this day and age. But if the man's working a 9 to 5 and he's making like, well, for example, he making $18-20 an hour, I don't consider that man broke to me, because at the end of the day he's still doing what he got to do to be able to survive in this quote unquote society. So a woman got to have her own definition of broke, but women today do desire men to have a little bit more earning than the usual, but they don't understand how hard it is for a man to even gain that type of earning. It's not that easy. You just can't walk to a job and tell the job, hey, I demand you to pay me 30 or 40 or $50 an hour. It doesn't go like that. Majority of the time, most of the people who do earn a certain type of income, they started from the bottom. Now they there. They just don't go automatically into that type of research. But I understand that there is some women out there that is delusional, and this is the reason why they're single, because of their delusional ways, and they're not even being honest to what's going on in today's society. Some men is actually trying to strive for good a good relationship, but yet they have a difficult time because they deal with women like those type of women that ain't gonna try to get with them, because the simple fact is they're not earning enough. And this is why some of these women are going to remain single. But then you also have these type of women too who would deal with those broke men, but then you have other women criticize them and say you want to deal with struggle love because your man's not earning enough. But yet those women are satisfied with the type of guy they got. He's very respectful. He makes sure he treat like a queen and do what he gotta do in a relationship, but then you got other women that's judging their relationship. But yeah, I agree with you. First time Florida. Stop calling average income broke. It's crazy. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Wonderful. Hey, I found the full video. So before I comment, I want full context. And I also want to say the guy is white. Let's get that. And she's not
I'm
black.
not surprised. Not surprised, but go ahead.
And she's not black American. She's African.
Oh, she African.
Yeah.
You know she's Nigerian or?
More than likely she's Nigerian because I looked at her last name.
Okay.
Guys, how I met my fiance. Disclaimer, if you're against selling that cat and putting a price on your kitty, I suggest you exit, because over here we got a price, baby. Okay, I am just doing the final touches on my makeup because honestly I filmed this video and then I was like, oh, let me film it again. People come on my comments all the time and they're like, be honest, you were out selling that cat and that's how you met him. And I was, because I have no shame in having a price on my kitty cat. So I met my now fiance at one of my favorite hotel bars that I used to go to in Boston. I was actually waiting for my friend because she and I were gonna go a little bar hopping. So as soon as I walked in and sat down, I think I was sitting down for probably like 2 minutes. He walks in with his guy friend. Immediately they walk up to me. First thing he said was, can I buy you a drink? Take notes, ladies. That is how a gentleman approaches a woman sitting at the bar. He didn't ask me my name. He didn't ask me what I did for a living. He didn't ask any of those things. He just asked me what I wanted to drink. And the bartender was making our drinks. I excused myself to the ladies' room and I wanted him to see my legs because my legs were out and I was looking good, okay? And when I came back, the sitting arrangements had changed because originally his friend was sitting next to me and he was sitting on the other side to his friend. And when I came back from the bathroom, him and his friend had exchanged seats. So I obviously caught game because I'm like, okay, so obviously he really likes me, which is fine because he was the one that was swiping the card. Then at this point, my friend walks in, he offers to buy my friend a drink, and you know, we're hanging out, we're getting to know each other, and at the end of the night, he asks me if I want to come back to his place. And obviously I told him it was gonna cost him because I'm sorry, you just met me. So if you're gonna assume I'm going to be a hoe that gets paid. I'm not a free hoe. And he told me that, you know, that wasn't something that he does, and he doesn't carry, you know, that amount of cash on him. But he then proceeds to tell me that he would still like to get to know me and take me out to dinner one day. Most men are threatened by women that have a price on their kitty. So I was actually surprised to hear him say he would still like to take me out to dinner, even though I turned him down or told him that it was gonna cost him some coins if I was to go home with him. When I gave him my number, I did not really think that he was going to like actually reach out. A week later, he reached out and he asked me out to dinner on our first date. Keep in mind, he met me during my birthday month. We met like 3 weeks before my actual birthday, and for my actual birthday, I was going to Morocco. We went on our first date, and then we went on our second date a week before I was supposed to leave for Morocco. So he already, you know, asked me out for our third date, but because it was my birthday month, I told him that I wasn't gonna go on a third date with him unless he was gonna have a gift for me, because it's my birthday month. You are courting me, you want to take me out, you want to spend time with me. What do I look like spending time on my birthday month with a man who's not gonna buy me?
That's my fault.
And once again, he wasn't offended by that, and he said of course he could do that on our third day. So we went out to eat, and then he was like, would you like to go back to my place? On this day, I said, of course. Also, my gift was at his house. I wanted to see what the gift was. So we go to his house. He got me this cute Louis Vuitton purse with this Chanel perfume. Also a basket filled with like masks, chocolate, little things that girls like. Like he literally put a lot of thought into it. And I was like, that is so sweet. And then he wanted to kiss me. And I was like, baby, relax. hold on, we need to talk about it. I was like, what are we doing? And so he then proceeded to ask me to be his girlfriend. But like I said, I was thotting and bopping. So I had a roster of men that were taking care of me, paying my bills, buying me nice things, taking me on vacation. So I told him that there was no way I could give him exclusiveness unless he was willing to take care of everything that these other guys were taking care of, which was my bills, my, car, everything. And once again, he wasn't threatened by it, and he agreed. Said, of course, that's something that he can do. I then was like, okay, I'm going to be your girlfriend. And so then I became a stay-at-home girlfriend, and I didn't have to go out and thot and bop anymore, because I had him paying my bills. Time I had my own place. He had his own place. We did not start really living together until after we got engaged. And even after we got engaged, I still lived in my own place for a while. You guys like to hear the story about how I got him to propose to me? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, that is how I met my now fiance.
Red flag. Go ahead, Hakeem. At least you got the full context.
So, everybody who's watching us, Kick, Twitch, shout outs to Joe No Hurt 'Em, Facebook, and YouTube. I want y'all to clearly listen to this girl, and you can tell that she did not come from a 2-parent household. Clearly. When your body that is so sacred and is for child rearing, which is some of the most dangerous things, and your body is for your husband. When there's a price, I don't think you're a person that believes in God. I heard somebody that was lost. I heard somebody that dealt with trauma, and I think she needed therapy. Reason why guys her age are not checking for her, because there are guys who got millions of dollars that are 28. They're just not getting for that. Guys are not looking for women who make things conditional and put a price on you. If a person could put a price on you, then we can do whatever we want. I like y'all. I don't mind you doing that. I don't mind cutting a check too. But if I'm going to cut the check, we're going to do the most nastiest thing ever. You don't respect yourself? You say if you got a problem to put a price on it, I'm like, did your mama do that? Sure enough, I know she ain't do that. And then on top of that, she's African. So 9 out of 10 times, I know she probably has a Christian background. And she's out here putting her face in public talking like that. Ladies, don't put a price on your body. Please. You're not going to get nowhere with that. I'm telling you. I've been screaming on this for the last 470 something episodes. When you put a price on you, you're not valuable anymore. You can't put a price on something that's intangible. That's priceless. Especially your body, your womb, and you put yourself in a predicament to catch diseases and all this. I'm just telling you that. Please think about that.
I'm gonna go all the way, Hakeem. I'm gonna go talk to this guy. Apparently, the guy never seen a woman that has all these red flags of what she was saying. That man is a sucker, and at 50 years old, you could kind of tell he never had a woman, I never talked to or never experienced a high. As what Natasha would say, low maintenance. But they consider themselves high maintenance. So this is probably his first time ever experienced this type of woman before, and then he has to pay all that type of stuff because he believed he looked so good and everything. Man, to me, she should have put down. She should have put down on her TikTok. This is how you get a sucker. Women, this is how you get a sucker. Put this, make sure you get this money out of him, everything. If you keep doing dates, you gotta demand these things in order to move to the next level. No. No. And the thing is, it's like I'm guaranteed this is the guy first time we heard he ever dealt with a woman like this. And my thing is, it's like the thing is, it's like I don't believe that man's rich. I feel like, I don't think he's rich. I just feel like, he's the type of guy, maybe, he had maybe very good successful business. Maybe he makes, a very good amount of money, maybe in the low six figures and everything. Maybe he saved all his money and everything, and then fortunately he retired and everything, and then he has little money to spend and everything, not knowing that you with this chick right now. It seems like she wants to be a trophy wife, and what a trophy wife is, you do what you do what she says. If you don't do what she says, either it could be in a divorce, or you're not gonna get the cookie. You're not gonna get the cookie. And the thing is, it's like there's a lot. Like I said, it's so much other things out here in these podcast worlds, on YouTube and everything. Male content that could tell you stuff like this of how to look for a woman, or go to church, or how to get a woman and everything. And you can see her, it's not just her, it's a lot of women like her will be on these TikToks, on these Instagrams, on these YouTube page, pushing this stuff like this, and continue to push stuff like this continue to push stuff like this. And to me, I believe, I know we do. We can't. We know what's up. I just can't believe. Well, I can't believe it, because there are some men at his age, 60s and 70s, who are now just learning about YouTube and everything. Now just learning about podcasts and everything, and they don't really know stuff like that. And if that man has a son, or a grandson, or a brother, or whatever, I just feel like, that guy needs some type of help, because what he's doing right now, to me, if he stayed with this woman and actually married this woman, I guarantee you about the next 3 to 5 years, she's gonna be broke. Because the more you keep paying her, and the more that you reward bad behavior, the more she's gonna keep doing it, and she's gonna ask for more things and more things. She's gonna ask for the trip, like, hey, let's go to Tokyo, let's go to Dubai, let's go to Africa, let's go to South America, let's go on a cruise or something like that. Let's get a bigger house. I feel like we need a bigger house, all that type of stuff. Money. And with this guy, I feel like, if they get married and everything, I guarantee you the next 3 to 5 years, his money's gonna be drained. And then once it gets so drained, and he's not doing what she wants he's not doing what she wants him to do, it could end in divorce. And then, like I said, and then after that, if y'all been married for 3 to 5 years, that's alimony, right? That's alimony right there. And then he gonna be broke. I heard this before millions of times. And firstly, for that guy, that's what it's gonna look like. That's definitely how it's gonna look like.
Yes, and what's going on, Ruthless True? Well, no, yes, but I'm gonna be honest with you, we can't be delusional out here, act like men not out here actually paying for the box when men are. Men been paying for the box for centuries, so this ain't nothing new. This is pretty much nothing uncommon for men to not go ahead and pay for the box to get the woman he actually desires. So to me, I don't have an issue with it. I don't have a problem with it. If that's something that he likes and he prefer, sure, why not? Some guys, they rather have they probably like to use their resources for that thing, is to get women just for that aspect of things, is just to make sure she has the finer things in life, and at the end they have to use her as someone to just pretty much like an escort, just someone I just sleep with, and that's it. And have my other woman on the side who I actually want to build an actual future and marriage with. That's what most guys go overseas for. Most guys that go overseas, they go overseas to have a good time. They're not trying to wipe those women up. They use their resources to go over there, have a good time, and then they come back to the States and be whoever they choose to be with. Go ahead, Ruthless.
Hold on, Ruthless, before you go. Ronnie, that is what you just said. That's the smart thing to do. That's how if you're gonna trick somebody, that's how you're supposed to do. What that guy's doing, he's doing the opposite. He's spending so much money that he's in the next 3 to 5 years, he gets married to a woman, he's gonna be broke. So how he's spending, how he's tricking, he's not tricking in the right way. It's not the wise way to trick. If you're gonna
Well,
trick,
suckers are born every day, though, Jordan. That's how it is.
exactly. Yeah, that's
But go
the
ahead,
thing.
finish your.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. And he's the type of sucker that's the wrong form of tricking, and at the end of the day, he's gonna be broke. Go ahead, Ruthless. What you got to say?
What's up to the panel? What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, brother?
What's going on? What's
What's
good?
going on, big dog?
I'm a little disappointed in you guys today, man.
Why is that? Go ahead.
I mean, y'all double talking. Now, this is the question I have for you guys, right?
Mhm.
How many of y'all want your daughter to marry a broke man?
Define broke.
A man that's not making her happy.
Is there a price on happiness?
So you teach your daughter growing up is, right?
Yeah, I'm like
Okay,
I said,
so let's scale this out, right? And let's go through historically, right? When we talk about, remember the last episode we talked about from covering to covering, right?
Mhm.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
So, first thing that covering starts, the dad gonna look at, okay, is this nigga does he know what he doing? Does he got money? Is he pulling up what he pulling up in, right? And then how he talking, and then how financially sound he is. Those are things that a father and mother is looking at. This is why a lot of older men were getting younger women, and the parents ain't okay for it because they want their daughter to be with a provider. Now, how y'all gonna turn around and say we provide and protect? How y'all gonna turn around and say we provider and protectors, but then tell a man he a sucker for spending his money on what he wants, on the woman he wants? That is a walking contradiction. If we sit on this YouTube space and say, "Oh yeah," so what does the man bring to the table? We provide. Correct? Am I wrong? Tell me, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you
Correct
correct.
me if I'm
But
wrong.
I have an answer for that.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah.
We are coexistent value as men, taught from very young, right? Is to provide for our females, whatever, right? That is natural, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then how you gonna tell me what number to put on mine? Right? If I got $1 billion, I want to spend $1 million on this woman, you're gonna sit here and tell me I'm a sucker? But I'm a provider, right? And I'm a protector. So we can't have it both ways, homie. We can't have it both ways. We can't say to a man who's, getting a woman with Louis Vuitton bag and all this stuff, he's a sucker, and then turn around and say, you can't date my daughter if you broke, nigga. So there is a thin line of men. This is why we are losing this war in a way with these women, because we are going all different kind of ways. And then the first thing, when we get into debates, right, with other men, the first thing, and I do lose that debate, the first thing is, yo, broke ass doing on here, right? We always shame each other for not having a certain level of economic success. I see it all the time, day after day, right? Can we all know this? So then we want to come say a man who got the means, oh, you a sucker. Or is it you call him sucker because you can't do what he do? If he says, look, she says, look, you want me? This is what it's going to cost. And he has the means to do it, and he's willing to do it on his own recognizance. That is a fair shake. That is a fair shake. Because at the end of the day, all relationships, no matter what, as a recipient, men are most likely going to pay a large sum of money, damn near to every. Even if you're making $40,000, $50,000, most men are still going to cover mostly all the bills, all the dates. When you ask women out, you're already going in with a mindset, oh, I'm paying for that date or dates. So you can't turn around and tell a man the same thing you doing, that he's a sucker for doing the same thing you do. Maybe you may not have the capacity to spend what he spends, maybe a Louis Vuitton bag or something. But the bottom line is we all spending to win. We all spending to win. There's no way around it. Yeah, you want to You might want to download with your swag. Oh, nigga, I'm a good guy. Oh, you know, I'm gonna be. Ooh. But at the end of the day, when you go after that one you want, when you're courting or when you're desiring these things, you're gonna first thing you'll say, I'm gonna put myself in position to financially have an economic stability so that I can bring a woman into this, which means you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. I mean, unless y'all women paying for all y'all living expenses, let me know if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, go ahead, Hakeem. You gonna tell me?
You're not wrong, and I agree with you. But I don't know if you watched the video. You're not a sucker if a woman asking you to pay for provision and taking her out on dates and doing this. I agree with you on that. But let me tell you where the sucker part came in. She solicited herself for sex in the beginning. It was all about financial. It was not about that, hey, I'm not going to have sex with you. Eventually, they did not have sex. She did not solicit, but those came out of her mouth. So we have a different impression about it. Meaning that, okay, she said and then on top of that, she said, I was thotting and botting out here. Thotting and botting. If she did not say those things, then I would say these guys are not suckers. But these guys are a number. They're paying bills, and she's smashing each and every one of them for money. So where does that put her in a position? Do you think so could we hold her in a high regard, or could we look at her differently?
Okay, so to each be his own. Not all men are monoliths, right? So maybe that's not what you into, right? Maybe you want to. Maybe you want to struggle. Maybe you want to struggle a little first. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you want. I want to make sure my money, every dollar goes every fucking mile, right? Let's go to a coffee date. Let's go walk in the park, and then let me open the bag up. Right? I don't know how you're gonna do it, right? But the bottom line is this: there go my man, the nightish. I'm gonna say this, right? As men, it's embedded in us. It's embedded in our brain to provide. And that comes with economical achievement. So now, women selling their bodies and stuff, that's been since the beginning. Come on. Hoeing has been going on since the beginning of time, right? Men pay for that because a lot of men pay for that because they don't have to deal with the baggage she has. See, the money keeps you, it's like a force field from her baggage. You get what you want, bam, you getting in, you ain't got to do all this other extra talking, you ain't got to be sitting up here listening to her dumbass.
When you get done with that, I got a question for you as well. Go ahead.
Yes. You ain't got to be listening to her dumbass assertions. Hey, what's up, baby? I'm picking you up. You know what it is. Bam. What you want? All right, bam. The value of money is only value you can spend on the things that make you happy. Would you pay for a basketball game? Would you pay for a Lamborghini? Or would you pay for a bitch? It's all in what makes you happy. Now, if you think that your money, like you want to be tight with your money, and you don't want to get a woman to use you, listen, and I'm gonna land this plane, and let's keep it 100. Every woman uses somebody in some kind of way, whether in a short game or a long game. And most women become economically dependent on their men. That's the only way you're going to sustain that relationship. If not, she's leaving you eventually. This is what the topic, right? The struggle of, right?
Yeah. Struggle. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, it's the struggle of.
Hold on. Let me get started before. So more people, as you come in the panel, just keep the cursing to a minimum, because we do have children watching. So just be mindful of the cursing. I don't mind y'all cursing, but just be mindful, not too strong, because I know we're gonna go in. So just be mindful. We do have children watching. So just for the audience. But go ahead. But Ruben, you speaking some truth. I got counterattack on you what you're saying, but I want Nightish to go. Then we're gonna come around full circle. Go ahead, Nightish.
I'm landed.
Okay. Oh, you landed? Go ahead, Nightish.
I'm landed.
I think a lot.
Before you say something, Nightish, I appreciate and thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, brother.
No, thank y'all.
Of course.
You too.
Don't forget Ruthless. Ruthless is a simp. No, I don't listen to this. Forget Ruthless. See, he laughing. You see, he's a simp, and he calling me a simp. But no, I'm just joking. No, it's good to have you guys. Shout out to Poppy Blanco. Shout out to Gore. Shout out to Ashley in the chat. Remember, you guys can come up. The link is already pinned, so you guys can come up, join the conversation. Remember, make sure when you join the conversation, keep the cursing to a minimum because we do have children watching Chaos Culture Radio, so we want to be respectful for the children. So go ahead, Nightish, do your thing.
Can y'all hear me? First of all, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Quit yelling at me, Nightish.
I'm not yelling right now. I'm just starting with the wine. You got to look at both sides of it. So one side of it is a lot of these dudes be executives and whatever else, and they pretty much overwhelmed with work, and what they really paying for is their time. So that's why they're giving up the money. But they do have to structure that in a proper way, because you could go out here and meet one of these ladies and you end up hooking up with the hood, and you get lined up somewhere and be beat up and robbed. You never know. That's the problem with that. It's about how that arrangement work out. And then also you got to make sure that whatever's going on between y'all is clearly defined, so that you don't end up like what he says, owing some alimony or marrying somebody you know is for the street. If she for the street, let her stay in the street. Enjoy yourself and set it up where you don't get lined up. Now, the other way, these is two adults making adult decisions. If she's selling her box and she might not believe in nothing, then that's a choice that adult make. That's sexual liberation, right? They burnt bras and did all that stuff to be able to be out here and do what they want to do. I just wish, when we had these discussions, some of us don't have no morals at all. Period. You got people out here putting horns in their head, splitting their tongues and look like snakes and doing all kind of stuff. So when it comes to the sex, that's lightweight. That selling that box that's like second. They're not even thinking about that. And they look at it as, a lot of people look at it going out on these dates. I just listened to some lady talking about you got to spend at least $500 to take her out on a date. Whoever's going for that is going for that. Me, myself personally, you got to like me. So I'm not in a casual date nor casual sex. If you're not finna be my wife or woman, what are we doing? If you casually having sex, you amongst a bunch of dudes having sex with her, she might have sex with 3 or 4 people that day. I don't want that. Keep that to yourself. I don't want Blue Waffle or whatever new thing is out here. And then if you casually dating, you in a competition also. He took her to Nobu, you took her to Fogo de Chao. Now I got to top that. That's just a fool's game. But those people that got the money to do that, have your fun. But those are all consenting adults.
Man, now you draw some gems, but I want to just go in real quick. Rufus asked us a question on the panel. He said, will you mind your daughter or future kids that have pretty much date a broke man? Me, I won't mind. Because you know why? Because at the same time, if she getting respect, if the guy's being respectful, the guy's honoring her, he's not mistreating her, by all means. Because men who have a lot of resources sometimes tend to be very disrespectful to their women. And that's a fact, though. Because in their mind, they say, I have all the resources. She don't. She got to do what I say. If she don't do what I say, she can get the F out of here. You get what I'm saying? So I would say, to me, I don't mind if my future daughter don't mind dating somebody that's broke. I won't mind it. But at the same time, I would tell her, sometimes you can push that man to the next level and tell him, hey, try to be greater than what you are right now.
Okay.
Hey, the whole he was talking, Rufus was disappearing.
And to piggyback what Rodney was saying about that, for me, I'm having a daughter. She's gonna be born in the next couple months, and for me, I would want somebody that when she gets older and when she's looking for someone, I want she definitely want to. I know for some daughters that's been in daughters' lives, you in a 2-parent household. Most of the time, when the daughter's in a 2-parent household, they want somebody that kind of resembles like her father's traits in a way. If you could get what I'm saying, how the father treats the daughter, time she's born and times she leaves the house and everything. And the thing, and usually when women see, like I said, when a girl sees us because of women, they usually want something like that and everything. And the thing is like as a father, that's what you kind of looking for in a way too. Make sure if you always be respectful, be respectful. Don't talk down on your woman. And like I said, finances, some finances in the key as well. But yeah, for me, yeah, I just feel like, if most of these daughters that are raised in a two-parent household or in a single father household, which is rare because my wife, she was raised in a single father household and everything, and then when she talked to her dad, she was kind of she I was expecting stuff is like you said, I want somebody that's nice, that's good to my daughter, who's respectful, and that's pretty much it. At the time when we met together, we was in college, we was broke, and then eventually, we build what we have right now. But yeah, for me, I just feel like, I just looking at, how the woman was raised. Was she raised in a single mother household, a single father household, which is rare, or in a two-parent household? When you look at some type of stuff, you kind of figure out a little bit of what type of woman, what type of man she's kind of looking for in a way, or what she's been taught in that family, which is the mother, father, or both as well.
Everything y'all saying is dead on and correct. The point that I'm struggling with is pertaining to that person who we're listening to. As she solicit herself for sexual favors in the beginning, we are going to raise our kids to a higher standard. Now, she's putting herself in a position as a streetwalker. My question is, do we hold this woman into a high regard, or are we teaching men to say, hey, are you doing this? Don't you want somebody classy, unkept, who's clean and pure, that hasn't been passed around?
But Hakeem, she is
that's
classy.
rare.
But Hakeem, she is
Hakeem,
classy
that's rare.
though. She's not dirty. She's classy. That is a classy woman. If you see how she look at her image is clean, very conservative. She just do whatever she got to do to make sure she entertain her man. To me, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
That's not the woman of our days. These are not our mothers from the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s.
Woman.
What are we doing here? Y'all, what's up with y'all? What y'all? So much y'all never been to a strip club. Let me find out.
No. I've been. You see me? I'm talking strong. I've been there. I've been a lot of strip clubs. I'm telling you.
Listen,
I don't have a problem with it.
About us men. Let's keep it real. Let's keep about us men, right? We like both of them. We like that classy.
Yeah.
We like it sassy. We like a
Madonna and whore. Yeah.
Yes, we like the hoe, right? What does a woman say? I want to be your hoe in the bedroom and your woman on the street. That's women know this. Men are attracted aesthetically to hoes more than they are education.
That's a fact. Yes, that's a fact. Yes.
I want to say
we are the biggest supporters of the whole culture. What are we talking about here?
There is nothing we're talking about.
The whole culture.
We love the whole culture. We love the whores. That's what we do. We love the whores.
Support them.
We do. I'm with you on that. Go ahead, Jordan.
Okay, I want to. Yeah, you're right about that. But this is the thing, though. There are some of these men, who has a classy woman, even though they might like somebody, like they might be a little bit freaky and anything. I feel like sometimes some of these men, they put their women in a high pedestal and they don't think of them as whores. But the thing is, some of these women, they do want to feel like that in the bed. But I feel like sometimes some of these men don't just put them in pedestals. And when they start doing it, they don't think, oh, no, don't do that. You're too classy for that. But some women do want to feel like that.
That's where the side piece comes in. That's where the side piece comes in.
Side piece. Okay.
No, but no, you can turn your girlfriend or wife into that too.
No. You know what happens here, sir? What happens is once they pedestalize her, they can't see her in that way. So that's why the side piece is there. But let's talk back about what you were saying, though. We can't speak in absolutes. I had a show once called Did Women Rig the Game or Did Fathers Raise a Princess? Sometimes dad might be well off and make his daughter this princess and make her standards so high that, you average guy, you may make 70,000, 80,000. That's not poor. That's not broke. But to her, that's average. To her, that's broke because she wants luxury. She want to go out to fine dining at least 3 times a month. and she want to take vacations, and she want to change the house every 5 to 10 years. She gonna keep you spending some money because her dad did that. Her dad took her out to ride horses, took her on a helicopter, all this other stuff. What you gonna do, buddy? And when you come around dad, he gonna look at you like you a sucker too. Is you a man's man? Can you even have my daughter? So to me, I always compare it like this. Adina Howard sounded very freaky and whatever else. But have you ever listened to Janet Jackson? Janet Jackson was looked at as R&B royalty, right? But she was still saying the same freaky stuff. But why did you look at her differently? You hear wives saying they want their back blown out and he too gentle with me and all this other stuff. So it's a lot of stuff going on here. Now that lady right there, if she know how to clean up well and wear her some satin and talk properly, go to etiquette classes. A lot of these dudes marry actual prostitutes, send them to etiquette classes and take them to office. That's what that's what Richard Gere did with Cindy Crawford, right? In that, what was that movie?
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman, yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Preach. That's what I'm saying. They've been doing it. They've been doing it for centuries. This ain't
So I
nothing
understand
new.
what you're saying about you want a woman that's chaste and she got a chastity belt on and y'all kept her in the dungeon and Rapunzel hair and she sleep for that don't exist no more. They didn't even believe in that when they wrote that.
Well, thank you for letting me know because I've been out the game for too long. That's why I was asking.
But no, I agree with you. But let's be real honest here, fellas. And I want y'all to answer this question. A lot of us don't mind sleeping with the HOEs, but when it's time to put rings on something, we ain't putting rings on that.
Depends. It depends. That's the basic.
It do depend. It do
We want
depend.
to. We want the woman that we know that ain't been tossed around. Are they married now? Are they married now?
But at one point they was married.
But what about Karen Steffens, Superhead? Ain't she married right now?
Yeah,
let me
she's
say
married.
This, right? Let me say this, right? Let me say this.
We want to settle down, Hakeem.
I hear what you're saying. Hakeem, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hakeem, I hear what you're saying. But once again, we're not a monolith. Right? Okay, you agree with that?
No, I 100% agree with that. 100% agree. But
Okay,
I think
so
let's say the majority.
No, it doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
A man, listen, this is why a woman can have high body counts and still marry a top guy, right? If that guy sees something that he wants in her, he doesn't care. Listen, love ain't got no type of standards a lot of times, right? We might go out the house saying, man, I don't want that hoe, because maybe we feel insecure, right? But when you get in a position to get to know and you see other attributes about her and you kind of get caught up, it's like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. We talked about this last week, right? We talked about this last week. Men, we economic successful women doesn't mean as much to us. Because why? Because we are by genetically, naturally more like we like, the structure of what we like. So whether she's a hoe or whether she's an executive, it's what we want that counts. It's what we want that matters. At the end of the day, when I come home and what I want in front of me when I walk in the house, I don't give a fuck what y'all ain't paying my bills. Who y'all want to say, oh, you shit hoe? Okay, so. And then after the same niggas saying that, the same dudes that are saying that gonna want to creep anyway, right? They gonna want to creep when you leave. What I'm saying is, listen, and I'm gonna say this: the divorce rate is very high. These classy women, these educated women, are leaving at 80%. So they're proving now that they're not all that everybody projects them to be. So yeah, maybe that's what you into, but the numbers say these women aren't built for the long haul. And these women are not conducive to a successful relationship in the end. And this is the problem we're having in these YouTube streets right now, because we're trying to get the classy women, not the hoes, the classy women who got degrees, the independent woman. She's saying, I don't need a man. And she's burning down the whole house because she said, you know, I can do this all by myself. Oh, I don't need, right? She's so selfish because her ego is so conflated because of me, homies on the panel saying, oh, yeah, you're so educated. This is why I want you, right? And then when they divorce your ass and take you for half, then you like, damn, do the math. Did I win or did I lose? Damn.
Drop mic.
Hey, Ruthless, somebody asked you a question. He said, how old are you, Ruthless? It's wild hearing these talking points.
That's Gore. Shout out to Gore.
Shout out to Gore, 45. But it's like this.
Also,
I'm
he's
gonna let it
around our
play.
age.
We're
I'm
around the same age.
I'm past the mic. And on the last point, all I'm saying is this. We men, we talk so bad about the women being judgmental, painting the brush that all men are the same, right? But then we turn around and judge them because we say we don't want to hold, our body counts matter. But what should matter the most to us as men, after all the knowledge and all the information we got, is can this relationship or this marriage be sustained throughout the time? Is it possible with this woman that I'm courting or dating or whatever, regardless of her past, whatever, is she a quitter or is she a rider? And that should be our main focus. You can't sit here and try to take things of substance like degrees and how she dressed and how she talked, right? Because this is where we're losing at. Because now they're the ones that are turning their back on their man quicker. I digress.
But Rufus do make a good point though. He do make a good point. I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but at the same time, I think man has to choose what's better for them at the end of the day. What's gonna keep me going for the long haul? Because they say man tend to live longer when he's married. So if you want to deal with a whorish woman, go right ahead. You want to deal with a classy woman, go right ahead. But remember, at the same time, women are willing to submit to a man that's very powerful. We know this to be a well-known fact. The more powerful the man is, the more the woman's willing to submit to him.
I have to disagree.
Oh, you actually disagree with that? Okay, why you disagree? Now you disagree as well?
Women,
I disagree. Go ahead. Time out.
Women submit to the man that they can control. Tom Brady.
Wait, you say
Brady,
control?
Right? Tom Brady is very powerful, right? In the world
Only
of men,
in football. Only in football.
No, but he's powerful. No, I'm just saying, when he goes into the dinners and eat places, motherfuckers know who he is, and he got some sort of string. He got homies up, little good old boys. You don't think he's connected? Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
If he in Tampa
right?
and New England, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, no, that's true. Yes.
So
No, now they say no.
Women will leave a powerful man if she feels she can't take his power. That's what she tried to do. She tried to take his power, tell him you need to submit to my demands. And he didn't submit to her demand, and she gave him the can. And said the end. Right? So once again, in this social construct that we're in, right, a man's power has been neutralized because the government will step in, right, and rectify the situation. Regardless if she's wrong or right, they will step in and make sure that if they will run your house and make you feel like you're this small at the end of the day. And the women know this. So it's really very subjective.
No,
It's not really subjective.
Yeah,
it's not really subjective. I mean, we can't keep speaking in absolutes. A lot of these dudes didn't have no fathers or no proper guidance, and they don't know how to guide nothing, and they trying to get in where they can fit in. So she could be a prostitute or whatever she want to be, and it's natural for women to what they say to test the man, to push him, to see what boundaries she can go with him. So if you let her put some fingers close to your derriere, she might be trying to do something strange with you. They always gonna be doing that. What do you stand on? A lot of these dudes don't stand on nothing. They just out here. So let's stop talking like all of us stand-up guys and we know exactly what we're doing. A lot of women will come right at you and say, well, you're gonna lead me where you leading me to. What's a 5-year plan? Where we gonna be in 5 years? And they'll be stuck. They haven't even thought about it.
Well, we have to understand, right, that a lot of men are successful right now, in a lot of ways. Yeah, there are the small percentage, but we're talking about the majority of men who are got jobs and who are getting things done are still experiencing a lot of problems with their women. So
Yeah.
you have
So
to
they
understand-
lames.
So we're speaking to what we're speaking
They
to.
real lames.
Well, what we're speaking right. What we're speaking to, right, is a woman submit to power. What power? The power of the government. If she needs to get something done, if she feels that you can't take her to a place where she feels you need to take her to, right? She feels that you're not acting accordingly to where you're supposed to be acting to her standard, right? Now, who is the king of the house? Who's the king, right? Who's running the
She
show?
is.
Okay,
She's
so
the
then,
lady king.
okay, so then once again, that's
No.
where
Let's not skip past that. Let's stay there for 1
No,
second.
stay there. That's where
She's
the
the lady king because
Right.
you don't have a clue about being a king.
No, you're wrong. I'm successful.
Not
Okay.
you. We're talking to the audience. Why we
Yeah,
do
no.
this all the time, Ruthless?
Right, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is this, and I'm gonna let it play. What I'm saying is this, Nighters, most men are hard workers and do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right, most. So
Yeah.
women are not leaving because the men ain't providing or men don't have plans.
Right. They leading because all you
They
know how to do
lead-
is go to
they
work.
lead.
Yeah.
No, they leave because they get tempted by the devil by looking at social media, looking at friends, and they feel like, oh man, I could do better. They listen to outside influences. Oh, girl, you know you could do well. Yeah, all this. This is why they get work husbands. This is why they out here. Yeah, they out here looking the eye.
Ruthless.
The one
I
the
got a
eye.
question.
Yeah,
I got a question. You live in LA with me, right?
yeah,
You know it's about almost 50% of Hispanics live here, right?
yeah.
I'm going to tell you now. I've been here for 5 years now,
Okay.
and I'm just looking at the Hispanic side. I don't
Okay.
see none of these Hispanics. I don't know if you've seen it. I've been on here for 5 years.
Uh-huh.
Are doing what you said
Like
they're
what you
doing
mean?
what you said that they're doing.
What you mean?
I'm looking
They all
at
got
these.
big trucks. They all got big houses, Ruthless.
They
What
don't
you
got
mean?
big trucks.
No,
up
no,
there.
that's what I'm
It's-
asking because he
expensive
not
in
understanding
LA.
your question. All the Latinos that's out there where you at, they all got big trucks, big houses,
No.
big gold rings
But
on.
guess what? But guess what the women are doing? So let me tell you about me, right? I've been dating them for the last 10,
No,
12
no,
years.
no,
I've
no.
been
Tell
dating-
us what the
I'm
women are
telling
doing.
them. I'm gonna tell them. I've been dating nothing but Latinas for the last 10 years. And you can't, and I'm sitting here and I'm living this. My daughter is Mexican and black. So I'm watching this, and I was shocked too because I thought the Mexicans were tight. But these women are leaving their man for the same reason black women leaving their man. They are leaving them and upgrading. They're letting them, a lot of these Latinas are starting to be strippers.
But
only
why
friends.
are they submissive? Ruthless, you running all over the place.
Oh, my man,
Let's
I-
stay one place. No. Cool. Let's not do
They're
this
not
all the
submissive.
time, Ruthless.
They're not
Why are they somewhat submissive still?
They're-
Why are
they're
they
not
somewhat
submissive.
submissive still?
Hispanic women are not submissive. That's what you
I know
know.
they'll stab you and all that other stuff, but they are somewhat
No,
submissive.
no.
But why? Why are they somewhat submissive?
They're not. They're just like the black women. If not one
No,
side.
they're not. They're not. They're
This is
not.
all
They're not.
two bodies.
And
We're
the
not
reason
talking
they're
about-
not is because their men will
Yeah,
still
that's how you
put
get
hands
them.
and feet on them. That's why.
Ruthless.
No.
Ruthless.
no.
It might be in South Central, but I'm in over by Echo Park and downtown. They not like that here in Echo Park and downtown.
Listen. I've been a part of the Spanish culture for some time now.
So he a black man.
Hasta la vista.
That's Italian. That's Italian, sir.
Listen, what I'm telling you. Listen, hasta luego then, whatever you want to do with it, right? What I'm trying to tell y'all is these Hispanic women are getting corrupted as well by the system. They're learning, they're leaving their man at an all-time rate right now. If you
But
look at-
listen, Ruthless, do you understand you're sounding like Adam now? It was the woman's fault.
and no, I'm not saying this to women, I'm talking about the men, but the
No,
women,
no. I'm saying you, the Bible guy, you're sounding like Adam.
I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm not blaming them. I'm just speaking of Jordan, my man Jordan, new Jordan era, right? He's saying that he doesn't see the Hispanic women doing these crazy things, but they are. This is why white guys, well, Latinas is the most race that they outside their race more than any other race.
That's even wrong.
Look
Asians
at the
are.
number. We did
Asians
it.
are.
Latinos number one. They're number one at dating outside their race.
Asians are.
Number one. Who? Black
Asians.
women won't date outside.
I
No,
said
Asians
Asian
are number one.
women are the number one people dating outside of their culture.
Yeah,
Yo,
Asians. Yeah, they're very
Latino.
hot. Yeah, they don't like
Remember
doing.
that-
You know.
we just did this. I'm gonna look it up for you. Race that leads the most.
My only problem with Rufus, when you do this is you talk so bad about this white man, but you believe his statistics.
No, my point is this, Nidus.
No, pull the white man's
Listen, I'm run off statistics and what I see with my own eyes and my anecdotal spinach as well. Listen, I told them, remember Ronnie, we talked last week, I'm a bitch taker. I'm a woman taker. This is what I do. And Hispanic women is my main target. They're my preference out here. So I take them and I know exactly what to do. These women are not loyal. These women are not submissive to their men. Matter of fact, Mexican women hate their men more than black women hate their men because Mexican men like more control. They're more jealous. They're more assertive, right? But the Mexican women don't like that. They want that control too. So now they're going their separate ways at an all-time rate. I'm just saying.
But when you say these things, you just throw a lot of stuff out there. You know, you're all over the place like bird feces. The thing is this though. How could the sisters dislike us the most when they say we the most submissive men?
Yeah, Nidus have a channel. Lost by Nidus do have a channel.
Natasha, can you put up on Nidus channel on the chat, please?
Yeah, Nidus do have a channel. He does a lot of late night streams and also sometime in the afternoon and also morning. His streams is very inspirational. Now that he just have conversation. It'd be real. So, but he do have some. He has some days when he do have serious conversation, and then you do have I'll be over there a lot. So yeah, Nidus do have that. So. Yeah, now we gonna make you famous out here. You and Rufus, y'all gonna be famous because y'all be going at it like cats and dogs, big dog.
No. Rufus just be saying a whole lot of stuff because you want to put landmines all over everywhere so you can be confused. But some of that stuff he be adding a little bit extra on it. But when we take it back, so you basically saying that all these women are like Eve.
Of course.
So if it's been that way since the beginning, how is it new? Don't act like your hearing aid went out, Rufus. If all these women is acting like Eve, how is it new now?
It's not new. Man. But see, what's new is over time of history, of course, the history back in the day, women had to survive because men were more powerful, men were more, and women didn't have the education to back them. They were trying to find their way. But when America was formed, which was the worst thing for this world, which is a simp country, they start giving these women all these rights and all these things, the sexual liberation, right? And then they start saying, okay, got you. Now they're making their move on the chessboard. Then black women are jumping on board, Hispanic and Asian women, they're all jumping on board of this feminism, right? To push their agenda forward.
Not right. Stop saying right. No, wrong. Venezuela happened. We know what happened there. Rome happened. We know what happened there. None of this is new. It's just they don't do new stuff. They just do the same stuff over and over again.
But now it's more forward and they're more boisterous about it, right? Women are no longer stand for the kids or stand because of the greater good. They're saying, F you, I'm leaving because I just not happy. And
see, that's why I keep saying it's not right. In the 20s, the 1920s, they used to have kids wandering the street because first the husband would leave, then the mother would leave. So that's where we got vagrancy and all the other stuff from. It's nothing new. It's the same thing again. So if you understand history, you understand your real role as a man, or you say the women are leaving. No, everybody has checked out. And these women ain't getting educated, they getting indoctrinated.
Yep.
But the men we're more dutiful. We won't really just throw it away like that. It take a hell of a lot, right? This is why women are leaving because men won't leave. Men we'll stick it out, even though we might be a little dysfunct, mad about it, or agitated. But just to throw a whole family away, and our wife, the one that we courted and vetted and build with and invested in emotionally and economically, we just not going to throw it away like that, right? But women, right, who bring very little to the table are saying, hey, well, what do I got to lose?
How many people in the building, Ron?
We got five people watching on mine. 3 watching on Jordan, and I think 20 on Chaos.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we
Also,
got Kick,
we got
And we
Kid,
got
we got
Kid, and
Swoosh, we got
also Facebook
Twitch.
as well.
Twitch,
Facebook.
and
We got 10
yeah.
people watching on Facebook.
Yeah,
So,
y'all support the channel. Why are we here giving you all this good content and y'all not supporting the channel? Hit that Cash App or that Super Chat or something. Act like you in the building. But yeah, Rufus. I'm not saying that a dude is supposed to be a loyal dog and sit there and get abused. You just got to make the best decision. Maybe getting away is the best decision for your kids versus staying there and letting them see a bunch of toxicity.
Well, all I'm saying is this,
I
right?
might agree with him on that.
Once men, we carry these weather vows very serious to us. I don't know. I don't know what you see, but most men look at them when they read it, they study it, they understand it more, right? Women kind of just repeat it, just to not make it look good. So this is why we are more dedicated. This is why we're not leaving as much. I'm not saying men are not all the leaving, but most of us are not, because we really truly believe in what we sign up for, and we're more responsible. We're better than women in a lot of ways because we are stable. We are the backbone. We are the stability of the house. Right?
Where they doing that at? Where's that at?
That's everywhere. What are you talking about?
I grew up, I didn't see a whole bunch of dudes around. And the ones that was around was getting high and trying to be players. So where's this backbone that you're talking about?
Tell me, wait, now you've been disingenuous right now.
Why not?
Because
shake up some stuff.
Aren't you the pillar of the community? Did you raise your kids? Did you work? You married?
That's me. That's an individual.
But no, have aunties and uncles been through all that. What you talking about? You're not the only one. I'm just saying, back in the day, I'm not saying that every relationship is perfect or marriage is perfect, but for the most part, the older generation stuck it out.
I want to have to disagree with something you said earlier, really, where you say women bring very little to the table. I think that there's nuances to a lot of these things. You feel me? Where, you know what I mean? And I guess, like you say, we're not monolith. I guess it's all depending on whose situation it is. I could say for me personally, I think that I have benefited from women across my life, and they have some who has helped me get to certain places. And I think that's all depend on who's speaking to do. But I do think that if we start to equate what they bring monetarily, if we want to start talking about finances and stuff like that, then we'll be sitting here talking about things all day, because there's some things that they bring that are intangible. You know what I'm saying?
Keep all that.
Well, when you say this is the thing, right? When we're talking about women, we're talking about bringing to the table, right? We're just looking at it from a practical point of view, right? We know that us men, we don't look for the same thing women look for. So, of course, what we expect from a woman and what a woman expects from us is totally two different things. Can we agree with that?
Yep.
Okay, then. So this is what I'm saying. But what the women are bringing to the table is not really that important to them. It's where what we bring to the table is very important to us, because we're the one going to shell out a large percentage of our resources if we truly are building with this woman. And most times they're not. So they're looking for, So what you say is a women value? Yes. To you, you might feel a woman is an inspiration. You might feel that way, Hakeem. You might feel that way. Once again, we're not all a monolith, right? I'm gonna get money regardless of a woman is with me or not. I really don't need them for inspiration. I don't need them to go get mine. This is just innate in embedded in me. It's embedded in my brain. So before or after, during or in the course, right? I'm on that grind. I'm on that moving. I'm lurking, looking for any type of way to pull to the top, regardless of she loves me or supports me or doesn't support me or none of that. I don't care. I'm on it. So but some men need that, right? Some men need a woman to root for them in the corner. Then they feel more motivated. That's fine. And I'm not judging saying that that's not a cool way to live. I'm just saying this is why we're not a monolith. Because what we perceive and what we want in life, in certain situations, certain circumstances, are different. Some men, once again, most men, we're growing up we are automatically put into a provider position. We don't have a lot of support. If we go bad, everything was bad, it's all bad. Ain't nobody gonna come, oh man, it wasn't your fault. It was her fault. You know what I'm saying? Anybody gonna say that?
No, I ain't gonna lie. You people do make a good point. This actually ties into our next topic, which Jordan gonna have prepared for us right now. So this actually ties in on the next one because this one's actually deep. Go ahead, Jordan.
Which one? The one you sent me, or the one the next one I
The
sent you?
the one you did. The one you did.
Okay, let me pull it
The
up.
one about something about broke parents.
Yeah. So okay. So here's the next. That's how it kind of correlate to this. So so this is Having No Club Shay Shay show, of what 21 Savage talk about how he believes I don't know why he said this, but he believes that broke parents are better than rich parents, and I don't know. This is kind of crazy, but we're gonna get a little detail into it. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that we're gonna chop it up. There we go.
I be feeling like I don't be doing all the way my job because of my job.
Right.
Type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I be trying to like balance that out, like trying to like, it's like you work to receive, to gain all this success and all the good shit, but it's like, I feel like the best parents, in my opinion, is parents that don't got it all. I feel like broke parents are better than rich parents, in my opinion, because when you broke, you got way more time type shit.
Right.
So you there for like a lot of the shit. Like, yeah, gifts and shit matter, but they don't matter at the same time.
Sometimes all the kid needs is time.
Facts.
Your time.
Facts.
Something that a gift can't replace.
Facts.
We see
I be feeling.
So, fellas, what do you feel about what 21 Savage said? You know, floor is yours.
Yeah, because Ruthless said Ruthless said I work hard, I grind for my future, I don't care whatever it takes. But you see, you have 21 Savage said, look, listen, broke parents are more better than rich parents because I think in his mind, broke parents pretty much is there for the kids. They spend time with them. They're not always on the grind. They actually there to do homework, to feed them, to clothe them, whatever the case may be. They're actually rich parents. A rich parent is like Ruthless. Got to go grind and make sure I do whatever it takes to make sure my kids have the best living in life. I kind of agree with him and also disagree with him at the same time because I don't want my kids to always struggle. Because that's the whole purpose of me working hard now, so they won't have to struggle. But at the same time, I still want to be able to spend time with my children. Go ahead, because you guys on the panel have kids. So
yeah, it's a balance thing, right? So I think I said this earlier about Kirk Douglas and Michael Douglas. Kirk Douglas was a great actor, but Michael Douglas said his father wasn't never there because he was always looking for the next role and always focused on acting. I'm sure it's the same with Dave Chappelle. If you constantly on the road, traveling, doing comedy, we constantly see him smoking cigarettes and drinking. They on this grind to where though? You got millions of dollars and you're still trying to get more money because you're on this grind to keep getting and getting and getting and getting. And your kids can only see you on the big screen. They can barely have any time with you, right? So let's say you break it up a little bit. I'm going to do 6 months on, 6 months off so I can actually physically be with them. If you do the all money thing, the kids are going to have a problem with it. If you do the poor parents thing, the kids are going to have a problem with it. Because, I mean, we could have a problem with all of it because exactly, they're going to be like, yeah, my dad was there for me, but I didn't have the new Jordans. They made fun of me at school. I had to fight all the time. Or I had the new Jordans, but I never saw my dad. It used to be that those men worked this super hard like this and died early. They'll never talk about him. They just talk about the color purple and everybody's Mr. He gonna come in and do his business and just, I gotta be this slave in this marriage. Some dudes were slaves in their marriages too. They came home, gave a whole checkup, and just kept a couple dollars out to get them some cigarettes and a little bit to drink. And they passed away early. So all this stuff about you live longer when you're in a marriage, it depends on what marriage you in.
shout out to Lord Spike for the cash out. Really do greatly
What
appreciate it. It's
what
for
do
us three guys, so I will be sending to you guys shortly. Go right
I
ahead.
have
Shout
I
out to
have an
Lord Spike for the
opposite
cash
I
out.
have an opposite on that, and this was on 5150 show. Hakeem, please play this. Please play this.
Appreciate the love, Lord Spike. Shout out for you for the cash out.
And I want y'all. I definitely want y'all thoughts on this because I did watch this last night and it went viral.
Because she tried to run game on me like she was brought up by her mama. But you know what I'm saying? Instead of realizing I got away from her mama because I don't speak to her mama, she be like, I know you hate my mama. I'm like, bitch, I ain't got time to hate nobody. Your mama was drama. Now here it is all these years later, you just like your mama. Both of y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass. I'll go make another daughter. I don't give a fuck. If you ain't good as a person, no matter who you are, I have a cutoff switch God blessed me with to say, fuck you, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if it's my kid. My motherfucking mama, you know your daughter trying to get in touch with you? I say, oh, mama, you watch that little bitch. Ha! I brought it up because she tried to run game on me like she was brought up by her mom. You watch that little bitch. That bitch is brought up in this new generation where there is no honor, there is no respect thy parents, there is no the way the youngsters are brought up now, they will fuck over the mama and daddy quicker than they'll fuck over somebody in the streets. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. If you are so hell-bent in making me a villain and saying I did you wrong, get the fuck away from me. I didn't love your mama. You just popped up on a nigga. I try to show you love. Shit, you come out here, I did all this shit for her. She was still talking shit. You watch that little bitch. That bitch is brought up in this new generation where there is.
No, that's Corey Hawthorne, the famous comedian, and he was talking about. I think that was her first child and everything, and was he suggested this situation because I believe he has a second child, which I think he's taken care of. But here's the situation of Corey Hawthorne, who makes money, and in his situation, he's trying to be there, but at the same time, the daughter was raised by the mother, and for what I'm hearing from Corey, he don't like the mother, and the mother just act like the daughter and everything. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure there wasn't no bonding with her and Corey and everything, but it got so bad that every time he see the daughter, he sees the mother, and when the daughter tried to do foul stuff, he said, I ain't dealing with that stuff. I could cut it off. So what you guys got to say about this situation?
That's one of Corey's. That's one of Corey's old jokes. That's a joke of his about it was fuck your mama and then fuck them kids. That's an old joke here. So he just revisited. Corey's stand-up is mostly about women. They try to say that Patrice O'Neal's was mostly about women, but no, he was a little bit more than that. Some people are male advocates. That's what Corey is. He's a male advocate. So no matter which way the joke goes, the man is going to win at the end of it. So a little bit of what he was saying, tongue in cheek, but when you had that kind of society, nobody cares about nothing. So I'm trying to have a relationship with this crazy woman because I know I got a child with her. So if being around her is going to be toxic and loud and violent, let me try to stay away from her, but I'm still going to try to keep some lines of communication. Same thing with the child. But if they are at a place where they don't want to work it out, you don't have to say F them, but you got to go on with your life. I don't like to stay sad. I don't like to be angry. And I don't like to stay in one place. And if every time I see you, you only got negativity, then you're a negative person. No matter the title, mom, dad, brother, son. No. We're not trying to stay there because that's what drag people down when they stay in places where it's nothing edifying there. If all you is bitter and nasty, I don't like that. Sometimes you got to deal with a little bit of bitters in life, but you don't want to have all bitters. So yeah, it's not F the kids, but don't stay there so long to where you lose yourself. People do that in relationships, and they do that no matter what the relationship. Father, son, father, daughter, husband, wife.
Man, now you going in today, man. What you drinking on? You ain't drinking wine right now? You going
I just
in.
started. This is my second glass.
You going deep. Pastor Nightish, man. God, no. Look, Rufus, you got Rufus quiet.
So
I'm gonna let Hakeem. I want to go after Hakeem.
So me, I have a different experience, which, and I agree with where you're coming from. I guess my experience is a little bit different because I did mess up and hurt my parents' feelings. You know what I mean? I went to jail and made my mama cry, and my daddy had like disowned me because it's big in my culture. When you do something, you disrespect your family's last name culturally because we come from nothing. So the only thing that Haitians really are prideful about is their name. So in the midst of all of that, I could tell you that throughout the whole midst of that, they never gave up on me. They had sent me away. I'm not going to lie about that. They sent me away and they still didn't give up on me. Even when my dad stopped talking to me, my mother would call me and was like, hey, he not messing with you, but he did send you a couple dollars. And I was freezing in the cold. And I think that for me, I say that even if I'm raising kids and they do fall off the wagon, we can never give up on them. You know what I mean? Unless if it's a life or death situation, then we need to stay apart. You know what I mean? So I do believe even a lot of young black men I come across and I look at them and I say, damn, like, you know what I mean? I see them out on the streets and I hurt for them. And I'm like, damn, it got to the point where your parents kicked you out on the street. And I'm wondering, like, what's going on? So I say to myself, I could have been the same one, but my parents didn't give up to me after I fell off the wagon. So I do think that, you know what I mean? Sometimes
Larry, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think when you see them kids out there in the street, you think the parents actually kick them out or they just run away and say, I don't want to deal with my parents?
You see, it could be a little bit of both, but then I gotta assess the situation. Like, there's a particular guy I met the other day at my job, and he was like homeless, and I could tell he was roughly around 20 something, but he was very aggressive. And then he had a sledgehammer in his backpack and stuff like that. So I already knew, like, oh, he's out of it. You know what I mean? So me and him, he was coming aggressive to me. And I said, hey, bro, I could call the police on you now. You know what I mean? But I sat down and had to try to de-escalate the situation, trying to understand where he's coming from. You know what I mean? And it's easy for us to give up on these people. It's so easy. But it takes work to not give up. And I also think about that. Sometimes parents just have to wash their hands. Because you are right. There's a point in time, especially when these kids fall into gangs or sex work and you're trying to pull them out of there, you know what I mean? You still have to do this. But then I lived around white people for quite some time. And I noticed, and I'm not saying white people don't cut off their kids, but then there's some of them who not going to stop until they get it right. And that's how I see, and that's how I see it for that situation.
Go ahead, Rufus.
Well, I'm gonna have to bend the story up a little bit, right? Because this is I'll put me to sleep. Everybody's expendable in my life. Everybody's expendable. I'm the prize. But if my kids go against me in any format, I'll probably send them on their way with their mama. If they all go against me, they all got to go. Now, would I financially give something to them? Yes, because at the end of the day, it's kind of my responsibility. They're my responsibility. But y'all gonna have to be over there. I have some funds allocated to you every so often to take care of the media expenses, and don't call my phone. I won't be able to. Now, my kids are treat me like a dad and respect and all that stuff. Then we cool. We're gonna have a great father-son, father-daughter relationship.
But Rufus, you only saying that. But Rufus, let me ask you a question. You only saying that because you grew up rough. You grew up rough. That's
No.
why you talking that way.
No, because once again, there's a kumbaya society that everybody has this. Listen, most families are divided. I've been to so many family reunions. Everybody up there talking shit about each other. So many kids are turning their back on their parents at the end of the day. Look, you go to these old folk homes, right? A lot of these kids ain't even helping their parents, don't even come visit.
You
Yeah, I did a show about that called Displaced.
Yes.
Wow.
Then you got
That's true.
then you got a lot of parents that are very judgmental about their kids. You know what I mean? That they're overly bearing. So at the end of the day, it's nice to have a family, and it is, if it's conducive to a successful pleasantry for me, and I feel like it could be exponentially great in my part of my legacy in that aspect. But if it does not work out, where my kids and my girl want to be separate from me, they all want to go against me, then it's war. All right, and I know it sounds a little ruthless, but it is my name, right?
It doesn't sound ruthless. Ruthless. If y'all could pull up the clip from Heat, that's the diner scene with Pacino and De Niro.
Yeah.
So
No, but he's speaking truth though. He's not wrong in what he's saying.
It's so fun. It's funny to me, right? Because I look at my aunties and uncles, all that faking they were doing all of years. All that faking, everybody stand together to prove to the family that we are together. Look at us, we're happy. But then behind closed doors, they was arguing like castles, all they could stand. That's where they talk about these sexless marriages, and these kids and families divided. They don't even like each other. But a lot of people faked it back in the day. Now it's just coming out, right? Kids are just. This is why the adoption rate is so high right now, right? Moms even, mothers even let
make too many
points. I can't handle it.
Right? Down somebody.
Still saying so.
Points.
In this one point, I'm just making one point about how.
No, you make 12. I'm gonna try to catch some of them when you finish.
Hey, they always go at it. Don't worry. They always go at it. This is nothing new. So I know the audience like, what's going on? They always go at it. This ain't nothing new.
So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, a man's legacy is very important to him. But that legacy has to support him too. So I'm just not gonna be in a burden building. And we have to understand as men that to Nida's point, even though we might objectively want the American family, the happy family, we don't have to bring ourselves down to try to acquiesce to all their happiness and all their needs when we're already carrying most of the burden. All I'm asking you to do is just handle your business, show me some respect. I'm not even asking you for the money back. I'm not even asking you saying you owe me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even telling my kids you owe me or my girl you owe me. This is just what I do. But if you want to go against me, either you with me or you against me. And if you're against me, then we're gonna have to go our separate ways. I digress.
hey, Ruthless man, you speaking pretty truthful on that. I can't disagree with you on that. You know, because I feel like there's sometimes, especially for certain family members, you got to cut away. I know in my situation with my father, you know, I didn't meet him until I was 13, but 12. But the thing is, it's like I never felt comfortable with the man. I had a stepdad who passed away. You know, who was there in my life. He passed away in 2005. But the thing is, you know, my real biological father, I just never felt comfortable any type of way. You know, my family was always trying to push it, try to make it work and everything, until I'll say maybe 7-8 years ago, after my grandmother passed, we tried it one more time. You know, and then months later it didn't work out. And then I knew that after that day it didn't work out, so you know what, I got to cut this. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because, you know, you don't see no improvements or anything. You know, it's he'll like I said, he'll say something this, but the actions say something else and everything. And I had to I just had to notice. And I made a decision to myself. It's like, okay, this not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. So I had to cut it loose. Told my wife that. I told my mama that, and you know, and right now, you know, now that I kind of cut it off, you know, you know, I'm also on peace with that decision as well. So it's like, you know, I don't regret what I did. And the thing is, it's like, you know, my father, he also knows as well. So, you know, he's on a separate life. You know, hope he's doing well. Same thing with me. You know, I'm on my separate life. I'm gonna do well. So, like I said, I agree with cutting the family, y'all. But the thing is, it's like there's no bad blood or anything. There's no bad blood from anything like that. You know, anything you done for me in the past, I forgive you and everything. But you know, working it out, you know, I don't think it's not going to work. We both know it was not going to work. So I agree with cutting family members, mother, your mom, your dad, you got siblings. You know, if you think it's not going to work in the short term or long term, you know, you just got to cut it loose. It could be a difficult decision, but you know, as long as you make peace with it, it's a right decision.
But to me, a lot of people find it to be difficult to cut. That pretty much cut. I can't be very brief. I'm gonna let you go in. But cut ties with their children. You know, I find to me, I don't have children yet, but I find it to be very hard because remember that's your seed. That's where you work so hard to thrive in life for. It is for that. It is for that individual. But Lord Spike said something in the comment. He said, your children should be independent. But I was going to ask Lord Spike, in what age should the children be independent? Because some people have different age where the children should be independent. But to me, as a parent, I think you should never give up on your kids. Even if they do the harshest crime, find some way to be there for them. Go ahead, Hakeem.
So I hear you, and then I guess maybe for me, I don't know if maybe I may be so endowed in my faith, which has me look at it from a different perspective. Like if I call you family and we beef, or I know you're gonna ish on me, I'm still gonna have love for you. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you. I'm gonna always be able to leave a door open for you to come in. And then I know that, because here's the thing. I tend to know, and this doesn't speak for everybody. I know when you have kids or you rub a person the right way sometimes, people tend to always come back after time. Time is the biggest thing for healing. Not everybody. And I'm not speaking for everybody. I just say from my experience, what I've been through in my life dealing with people and stuff like that. And when I fell down, I know family was the only one who's been there, and friends who I call family. And I beat with people who I call family, and we got back together. So I do understand sometimes, you know what I mean? Everybody's different and we all got to live. So I still try to maybe, you know what I mean, something different in me clicked when, you know what I mean, things started to go well for me. And I said that I was going to approach life in a different situation and approach people in a different situation. Like if I meet you and we rocked for a year and we've been holding it down, you family now. If we beef, I'm always look at you family until we get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because conflict resolution is the biggest issue Black people have. As soon as we go through something, we don't go to therapy, we don't go to couples counseling, we don't even go to counseling for things that are happening amongst us as people. You know what I'm saying? We're beef and we say, hey, we'll separate instead of trying to bring the family together. White boys will beef and do not like each other, but still trying to make some things go on. You know what I mean?
I have a little pushback, Hakeem, because
go ahead.
Man, these Asian parents and these white parents cold. I don't know.
No, listen, I agree with you.
They rock.
I agree with you.
And Rufus is hogging the mic.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Here's what the white parents do though. They'll send you off to camp.
Yep.
Yeah. Some see a lot of it depends. See, we can't speak in absolutes. So Asians, they have what they call the tiger mom, right? And they really believe in their name. You know, if you dishonor the family name, they do something they call seppuku. They stick the knife in their stomach and twist that thing. So, I mean, we can't speak in absolutes up here, and some of these people get Americanized when they get here. But yeah, I don't like this conversation when we go, well, whites and Asians and these other. No, they do the same stuff, and it's more of them. They do worse. But I want to get to feelings. As a man, right? This is two things about men. We believe in imposing our will. It's my way. You know, that's Janet Jackson father in the Control video, or Joe Jackson with the Jacksons. You know, that was supposed to be a similar to that. He was gonna make them be something. Now, in the end, all of them at some point messed around with millions of dollars, but they go, but I lost my childhood. Take my childhood if I'm gonna be a millionaire at the end of it. It depends on the person. We also talk about the lie. Do you understand the black community that was a lie? Have you ever seen that Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin clip where she says women is in a new place right now? You go to your job and you lie to your boss and smile in his face, so he don't even know you hate him. So when you come home, do that with me. What are we doing that lie for? For the children? Maybe this ain't so perfect and rosy, but I'm going to praise you in public and have this disregard in private. We don't have to elevate our voices. We can talk about what our problems are privately. But what people want to do is not be adults ever. They want to stay in arrested development and act like children. If you see some grown people, your aunts and uncles or whoever he is, yelling in public, it's because they don't want to be adults. In real life, it ain't going to be no happy ever after. You are going to pass away.
Whoo, Jesus.
Man, 90s, you going in.
Dang,
But I was
bro.
going, but I want, dog, that was my drop. But I want to ask you, 90s, what is the right way for a parent to be actually be a parent?
And that's it. There is no absolutes. It's nuances. It's the dynamic. Listen, I know some poor dudes that messed up, go back and forth to jail all the time, barely be around their kids, but their kids love they stinking draws. And I know some dudes that's been there the whole time and done everything for their kids, and their kids call them by their first name.
Wow.
What, John? So it depends on the individual. That's what I mean by feelings. It's how you interpret the interaction between y'all. Like we grew up with the boomers. So I was a latchkey kid. I came home to nobody being there because everybody going out to get it. I had work and they doing this and this and this and this. So I'm coming home to nobody there. Just come in the house, do my homework, whatever, make my own food, do whatever. It's super young, 10 to 14. So I said, I'm going to be there for my kids because I'm looking at the Cosby Show and Leave It to Beaver and the Courtships of Eddie Father. I'm going to be this great dad. They called, when I was doing this stuff, that love bombing. No, you're not doing that for me. You're doing that for you. That's what Jada Pinkett said to Will Smith when he gave her this elaborate reunion party or marriage thing. I didn't ask for all that. That's not what I wanted. You did that for you. But that's how men do. We trying to do what we think is best. Where I get all this from? My grandmother, my mother. Wouldn't even put the seat down. And so I clean the toilet in the bottom. You're not going to see no piss stains. I'm doing all this. Well, that's woman work. That's a bunch of different standards and tradition and other. No, let's do whatever it takes to make it work. And at the end of the day, it can still all fail.
So
it ain't no great parent.
So I'm gonna say this to Savage, 21 Savage's point, right? Because he's saying that rich parents could be better, and to broke parents are better than rich parents, right? But Nadish made a very good point. It's subjective. It depends on what the kids want. Right? If you got some greedy kids, right, they gonna love their rich parents. Oh hell no, right? If you got some kids they just like simple things, right? They cool with parents. They don't need much. You know, as long as they got the bare minimum of their needs, they're good. But once again, it's all subjective on the kid. So we have to understand that kids they have a mindset of their own. They develop their own little world. They are young adults. They got their thing. What they subscribe to and what they aspire to, you can only hope that, they take your advice and go with it, but that's all you can hope for. But other than that, it doesn't really matter. It just depends on what that kid aspires to. So I have to disagree with him on that. And I also disagree with what he said. What he said, the comedian, right? He was talking about how
Corey Holcomb.
Yeah, I agree with him that you have to worry about your mental. Men, this is what we got. We got to start putting each other first sometime. I'm not saying all the time, because these women and children show putting themselves first. Kids got their hands out. The women got their hands out. Everybody got their hands out. But they're not thinking about our mental health. So we have to have structure, and we got to make time for our little things to say, you know what? You know, this is us, and y'all going to have to accept this shit.
And there's consequences that come with that.
That's fine.
Yeah. As a man, yeah, and that's the other thing.
Yeah.
As a man, there's going to be consequences to the choices that you make. And
Yeah.
if you okay with dealing with them, then you're okay with dealing with it. My kids are grown. They still play little goofy games, whatever else, but they still my children. One of my kids said something the other day. I said, oh, no. I'm going to love you till my heart stop beating, but I'm not going to kiss your ass. It's a difference. What you asking for is somebody to kiss your ass. That ain't going to happen. But I'm going to always love you as long as I'm alive. But that doesn't mean I acquiesce to your whims. You're not making smart decisions. And when should you be thinking somebody should be independent? I'm telling my kids when they're 10, 11 years old, you got an allowance, you got this much money. Once you take this money, because when I was younger, we had to, collect bottles, wash cars, mow lawns, do all this stuff. You have an allowance. Once you take some of that money that is being given to you, and that is now making you entitled, and make some money with it. Get a bunch of all white shoes, get some gold spray paint, spray that on there, write some purple writing on it, and sell them shoes online. Learn how to do something early. It ain't no hustling people no more. When I was younger, the shoe shine man wasn't just shining your shoes. He's trying to sell your newspaper, give you some coffee, give you some cloths to keep your shoes shine. He's trying to make more money. You used to be you go into a job and you learn the job and then become an entrepreneur. Now people gonna work at this job for 30 or 40 years. No, we in present time. Like folks was talking. I just had a car hit the damn house the other day. Family, we got these Facebook groups and all this other stuff. Hey y'all, this happened. Folks are like, well, what can we do? That's a goofy question to me. Because if you'd have told me that it happened to you, I'd be over there trying to get the debris out your front yard. I'd be doing something versus asking a question. So a lot of this stuff is a facade. It's not real. It's like in the Planet of the Apes. They didn't understand it. No, this is still Earth, and the Forbidden Zone was a subway with the white folks under there. They got hit with that explosion that they let go off. They the ones that did it. That's why Charleston Heston came back and said, damn you human beings. We gonna keep blowing each other. The Big Bang is us messing up, and we'll start right back over from the beginning.
You muted.
I can't. You muted. You muted. You muted yourself.
Nidus, was you referencing Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
One of my favorite.
Wow.
Now, that was he telling it classic movie.
No, but I want to tell you, Nidus is speaking truth. Well, everybody's speaking truth on this panel today. Yeah, Jordan had to go. He had an emergency to take care of, so he's gone for the day. But he sent his love and graces to you guys. Yeah, but Nidus speaking some truth. But I want to ask Nidus, is our job and Ruthless, and of course I can. Is our job the one to be the parent to train our kids so they won't depart from us, and that's our job and our duties as parents?
No.
You say no.
No. Your job is to do what's inside your heart that you think is best for you. So if that is trying to keep them there, then it's that. Or if that is trying to teach them early to be men and women, then it's that. So in that type of dynamic, do you have your daughter serving her brothers, making dinner for them or whatever else? Do you have your sons understand that defend your sister no matter what? Protect her at all costs? This stuff you can teach them when they babies. And folks is just growing up. They're not raising kids, they're maintaining them. So I got the bills paid, you got the roof over your head, you got the clothes on your back, but I don't barely talk to you. I don't know what's going on with you today. I don't know who your friends are. I ain't met the parents of none of your friends.
Well, we are in a life has evolved, right? So a lot of things are a lot more expensive. So a lot of people work a lot more hours. So it's most families who, if you're not in a well-to-do situation, you have to go work them 8 to 10 hours, which when you get back, you got to cook, you're tired. So yeah, of course, the significance of the parents have left the household because it's a lot more to fight for resources. But at the same time, right? You can only do the best you can do. Like you said to your first point, we can only do the best that we do. So if a kid is spoiled and rotten, then he's just going to have to learn one thing, and one thing for sure, you got to be a part of this program.
Well,
Right?
yeah, I love that. I love that part right there. The program.
Yes.
What do folks' program be?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I
you-
see things out here that people call families. When do you start having responsibilities for these babies? Are they do they make up their beds? Do they brush their teeth? Do they take that garbage can out in the morning? Are they keeping that lawn at 3 inches? What are they doing early once they're capable of it? Because we all should be functioning as a whole family. It shouldn't be all on mom or all on dad. It should be on the whole family all together. But what I
But then
keep
how-
hearing people say is the kids come first, and I need the rest of my femininity, and it's all on you, buddy. That's not no
No,
marriage. That
no,
ain't no
but-
family.
No, but now you have other coaches who they train their kids at the age of 7 to be successful in life.
Yeah,
Why can we not do the same principle?
yeah,
Well,
you do the same thing.
We do the same thing too, but differently, right? We do it differently. We lead by example, right?
Okay,
So,
I get what you're saying.
you
Okay.
know what I mean? So when you go to work every day, you come home, you putting food on the table, you're making sure that, okay, I'll help you with your homework when I can. All those things are leading by example because we're not teachers. That's why they got school, right?
But Ruthless, are you Fences or are you the Cosby Show?
Well,
Fences, that's Denzel saying I'm
Whoa.
paying all the bills and doing X, Y, and Z.
question.
I got to tell you,
That's
I
a
love
good
you.
question.
Or are you
That's
the
a good
Cosby
question.
Show saying, listen, this is what we're gonna do with you, Theo. You want to be an adult today, so now we're gonna make this like an actual life. Theo, we're gonna give you $500. You gotta pay your rent, do X, Y, and Z. Your little sister's gonna be your landlord and whatever else. That's the episode of the Cosby Show. So which one are you? Are you Fences or are you the Cosby Show?
So we got to because a single parent is such a large number, it's not as clean cut as that, right? Because the Cosby Show was 2-parent, right? Now we're speaking to a different generation.
So what's happening then?
So what's happening is
No, the
most-
TV show, what's happening? That was a single mom.
right.
Yeah.
But what I'm
what's
saying,
happening,
right?
yeah.
But what I'm saying is
Mhm.
we're more. The schools are pretty much raising the kids right now.
Well, then we screwed.
I mean, just
'Cause
the
they
way
have
they
no
go
sense
out
of
there.
self.
Listen, you only got the kid. Kids, schools always raise the kids, right? You only got the kid from, I'll say 0 to what? 7, 6 before they get to school. You see them in school. They're there. The kids are going to spend most of the time with the school system most of their whole life. There's no way around that. Everybody can't afford homeschooling. Everybody can't afford to be home and teach them, so they got to send them off to school. So what they're seeing their friends do and what they're seeing around them is really what's raising them in the most part. You as a parent trying to nullify the bad shit or the bad stuff and try to keep them on track with what's most efficient and what's conducive to hopefully build their future so they can function in society and be successful. Now, for the most part, most kids are coming out, regardless of the parents are not teaching them as well and they're going to school, they're coming out and they're being able to strive in a society economically. So all we can do as parents, and there's always been this way since the beginning, is advise our children, right? And lead by example. That's all we really can do.
They're coming out being workers, but they don't have any
Ambition?
they don't have any family ties.
What do you mean?
So you have a situation where they think that the child care lady is their grandmother. It's not your grandmother, that's a child care lady. The school is my whoever. No. I'm all in the PTA. I'm popping up in your classroom. So and this is what they said to me. You over parenting.
Really? Who said that? Your kids?
People's cousins and aunties and all these people who have failed. But see, they're the they were the cool parents, right? We can smoke weed at their house. We can have sex at their house. We can grind out of the house and everything else. So then people is telling me I'm over parenting. Don't nobody need nobody on top of nobody like that.
That's
And of
crazy.
course, that's influencing my children. It's influencing my household, because I say a lot of stuff don't be education, it be indoctrination. So instead of me just having this little discord between me and the person I'm married to, or me and my kids, it's me up against the world. And if you don't have reciprocity in a relationship, that's what it will be. So it really matters who you in that marriage with, who you in that relationship with.
Now,
if y'all don't have a meeting of the minds, all you got in there is a mini war going on. Like a lot of stuff I hear in these spaces, yeah, some people are male for it or female for it. So they already coming in hot and got all this drama about what all the man hasn't done. And the other side got all this drama about what all the woman hasn't done. I don't really care about none of that. Can me and you work something out?
And then this is the problem with voting and participating in American society, because then you allow the government to pretty much run your house, right? The kids are more powerful than ever before, right? Women is more powerful than ever before. So the man, you're pretty much just a subordinate at this point, right? You're just, what's up? I'm here. So the run of the family is you're complying to the standard of society, or else you'll be dealt with. So you can only hope for a kid that just loves you, a wife that loves you, and just going to do whatever it takes, right, to keep the family in unison. The corruptness, the social media, because kids are getting phones at what, age 6, 7 now?
Dude, wait, Rufus. Listening to you, and it seemed like you have a strong stance on what it is that you want. Don't you go into that relationship saying, listen, I want X, Y, and Z. Now, people can change. They can grow out of and go against your program. But don't you have a program you telling her that this is what it is?
I have a list of do's and don'ts, right?
And so, don't you have the same thing for your children?
A list of do's and don'ts.
Yes.
So, once again, I always have a plan. I'm always in coordinates. But I understand also coming realistically, too, that, right, kids grow up and become young adults. So I'm already prepared for the rebellion. I'm already prepared for the long conversations, for the struggle. Like me and my daughter last year, she was struggling in school. She was fighting every day, not just teacher, nothing. So I was staying there, had to pick her up. We have a long, drawn-out conversation. Over this year, it's different. You know what I mean? And I've adjusted to, okay, now she's becoming more efficient. Now she's becoming more, you know what I mean? So it's all I can do is have the conversation with them and give them my best chance for them to win. Because I tell them, as this family, we play to win. We don't play to lose. So you doing all this and you doing all that is going to put you in a position to lose. But if you do it like this and you do it like that, you can win. That's my advice to you. Now, whether my daughter wants to receive it, which I hope she does, cool. But if she doesn't, then we're just going to have to deal with that. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is, this is why I feel like, as a father, my stability is my strongest value, right, to a family. Because the understanding this is an imperfect world, dealing with a lot of flaws, you have to be ready to deal with those flaws. And that's what's going to make the difference in whether you can navigate this family to a better place, or you guys going to go all crazy.
So I agree with what you just said, Rufus. What you also need in that dynamic is somebody that's receptive.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I laid the disclaimer. You got to hope to, because I know this kid. I seen really strict parents, right, and their kids still rebel, run away from home, do all kinds of stuff, right? I've seen it. And in America, you can't even really discipline your kids like you want to. You can't really too much force, because then that can get you in some hot water if that kid force you to. Oh my dad, it could be all bad for you. So there is only a level of parenting you can do that could try to impose your advice.
Yeah.
Like, and if they don't listen, what I do, I start taking shit. You know, let me get that iPhone. Yeah. I always have 2 phones. Let me take. I start taking. The thing you love the most, I'm taking from you, and then you're gonna have to go and live without it. And then when they see that, damn, this is not cool. And then they line back up and get in their place. That's the tactic I use now. Because I know what country I'm living. I know how I got to move. So it's just all about adapting and evolving, and just be ready for anything, man. Don't sit here and act like we're in just a perfect world. Stuff's going to happen. us fathers, we know that we've been through some shit. And so we got to share our struggles with our children.
And you might end up having to accept the outcomes, and that outcome could be that you in an old folks' home and ain't nobody coming to visit you.
Exactly. Your return on your investment with your children is not a guarantee.
With anybody.
With anybody.
Cousins, aunties, mamas,
hurt
daddies.
More. Children hurt more, though. You know what I mean? Children hurt more because you put a lot more of your life into it. That hurts. They don't come visit you. They don't call you. That is, that's a dagger.
Yeah, I do. I see that all the time. With my friends. They be like, when their parents are older, they be like, I'm not going to see them. Even if they're in the hospital, they're like, no, I don't. Like, it's a sad thing to see. Like, and I will say, you got to treat your kids the same way you treat yourself. You mistreat them, when that time comes, but you need that love and
you don't have
support,
to mistreat them, though, and they can still do that. You don't have to mistreat them.
You do got a point.
Because that's where society is today. Society is kind of like really accepting of you, individualism. I got to do what's best for me. Even and that what's best for you might not be the right thing, but in the moment you feel it is the right thing. I don't think that people, and that's why I say I think a lot of stuff be like fake beef and fake whatever else. They don't really believe in nothing. They nihilistic. They just, we fighting. They yelling, let's yell. We doing drugs, we drinking, we partying. You just move from one stimuli to the next with no real foundation to none of it.
And
that's what America looks like right now.
And you gotta remember, America is the worst place to raise a kid too. Right? They put everything on TV that you're not supposed to put on TV. They put
true.
I mean, everything here. When your kid walks outside their house, they are attacked with the things that back in the day they would like censor and keep away. Now it's even the LGBTQ community is tapping in the elementary system. That's just going deep. So it's just this is just not a good place to raise a child, in my opinion. I just don't think it.
Any final thoughts, guys, after we get ready to close out? Man, you guys were speaking gems. You don't understand that this was a powerful
y'all was
stream.
hitting it out the box.
I'm not gonna lie, this was a really powerful stream. But yeah, go ahead. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
I appreciate y'all for having me up. Me and Rufus gonna go argue at the layer later on. So
yeah, but tonight this would be a good. But tonight this would be a good topic because on your channel over there, you do have like people that actually have kids. Mm-hmm. I think this would bring some sense of awareness because this was a powerful stream. You don't understand? Y'all was in your bag today.
Yeah, because I don't have a kid, so a lot of things like y'all was teaching me. Because that conversation is above my pay grade. You know what I mean? Only people who have kids and been through the struggle can understand that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all sharing that with me because it does give me perspective. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Because it's not tailored all fits all as I'm learning now.
Yeah, all you can do is love them and try to teach them the best you can. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
That is the final thought. And listen, man. Let's be realistic. So, Ronnie, you don't have no kids either, huh, Ron?
No, I don't.
No.
So this is the thing about kids, right? It's better not to have none. But if you do have some, right, you have to understand that where you at, your landscape, right, the world you're living in, how everybody's and then you have to cater your parent to adapt to that, right? So you don't get as angry and as upset. Right? Because you don't want to stress yourself out trying to fight something that's much powerful than you. You can only, once again, do the best you can do. Give all you can. But don't give up your sanity and your peace to try to control the things you can't control. And I digress.
No, but I appreciate you guys for being on the platform. Of course, 90s. You guys, make sure you subscribe to 90s channel. Rufus, you got a channel, but you don't really go online. You go on other people's channels.
I'm gonna start up and maybe I got things in the works. Don't trip. I'm coming for some people. I have too many fires that I got to put out. Right, I'm a man of it, so I got a lot. So YouTube is a business I want to get into. Right now, I got other business I got to level off first.
Yeah, but I love your video blogs though. You be out there in LA, you be going to like the expensive.
All he be showing his bags.
I do.
At least the face in one of them. Stand next to the bag.
No, he did. He went to some expensive restaurant. I was like, man, that food look good in LA. Jordan didn't take me there when I was in LA. So I was like, yeah, man. When I'm in LA, we gotta catch up, Rufus, for real.
And I'm coming in Miami for sure.
All right,
we're gonna paint the city red.
hey, Rufus love that.
We're gonna make the city red. You know what I'm saying?
Rufus is a baller. Y'all understand?
No. I'm talking about he'll love the red part.
Oh yeah.
When you come to LA Ronnie Road, I'm gonna paint the city for you. Are you gonna be like, okay, this is how they do it out here?
Yeah, because Jordan's over there. Jordan be like, I'll be like, Jordan, what y'all be doing in LA, man? He be like, but Jordan's a family man, so he don't really be going out like that. Yeah. So I was like, man, I'm trying to get turned.
Yeah, LA is a place to turn up just like Miami. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Is it more? It's more expensive there, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's not the same.
Man, y'all tomahawk steak like $300.
But the city life is the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So anytime you're in a big city, you're gonna pay big city prices. Right?
He's right.
Yeah.
So if you go downtown Miami and buy a steak, it's going to sound different if you're going to, Nashville, Tennessee, and buy a steak.
No, but a good steak in Miami is like $150, but in LA it was like $300 for like a really good steak.
No, one steak about $150. It depends on what you get. Porterhouse, if you get a Flame Beyond, it depends on what you get. But the average price is, it depends on what restaurant you go to. If you're going to like a Mastro's or a Morton's high-end steak, yeah, you're going to pay for the bill's going to be, if you like 4 people, it's going to be up in about $800.
Oh, so I'm not a steak guy, so I'm not really a steak guy. It's just I'll be looking when I look at the menu, that's when I see. So, but anyhow, Truth, you came so late, man. You missed a powerful stream. Well, Nice do a review on it. Y'all go check it out on Nice channel. He go live every single day. Man, I love his grind. I love his hustle. I'm trying to be like him. Literally, he hustles. So but shout out to you guys. Shout out to Rufus True. Shout out to Nightish. I always be over there. Shout out to Jordan. Jordan had an emergency to do, but like always, man, shout out to you guys in the chat room, guys. On your way out, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to the lovely Sherry Bryan, Bobby Bryan, Natasha Vincent. Man, Natasha Vincent, you be working hard like us, man. Well, she needed. I can't. We finna hire her.
No, we gonna Natasha. We moving you from Montreal.
Yeah, we'll make sure you have a porterhouse steak.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Shout out to Jordan O'Hurden. I'll be holding it down over there in the Twitch world. Shout out to those that are also watching us on Cake. We shout out to you guys. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Rufus. Shout out to Ken Dawes. Shout out to Zara B. Zara B, it's great to see your voice again. To see you in the chat, and I ain't ever hear your voice again. I'm glad that you continue to do your grind over there in the UK. Shout out to Lord Spike, man. We really do appreciate the love, man. Shout out to your donation day. We really do greatly appreciate it. Trust me, it's gonna go to good use. Because we use every money I send, we kind of use it for this platform. So we use it to pay off the screens or whatever we do. I can't usually see on the merchandise and stuff like that. So we actually use it so you can see that y'all resources are going to good use. We're not just going out here just going tricking on it. We actually use whatever y'all donate to the platform. We really do greatly appreciate the love. Shout out to Gore, who also contribute to the platform as well. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to man, great appreciation to Nightish. Nightish is back, guys. He's up and running. Go make sure y'all go and subscribe to his channel. He's over there doing his thing. And Todd's already put in the chat. Shout out to Chicago Rilla. Shout out to Ken Dawes. Shout out to Jabbar. Shout out to Bobby Bryan. Shout out to Sky. Shout out to all you guys that come here each and every week to watch us talk our stuff. And I always, guys, also very important that you go to KL Culture Radio Community Tab. The Community Tab, there's the KL Culture Radio t-shirt, the KL Culture Radio coffee mug, Prince I King new book. Book that's out right now. Y'all make sure y'all go and support the brother. He's becoming a well-known author. I speak it and I claim it. New York Times bestseller, Hakeem. That's gonna be
Oh,
you.
we're gonna
New
get
York
there.
Times
Bestseller.
bestseller. And he has another book coming out soon. Him featuring go ahead, talk about it real quick.
Ali. Oh man, I don't know how to pronounce this guy name, man. He has a one of those Muslim names, but me and him co-wrote the book together. Ali Aviz, something like.
We should be on the platform. After the book is done, and we interview
Yeah.
him. Well, both of you guys, which is gonna be
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we'll talk about the book. So these people go ahead and copy it. But shout out to those that has the book, that's reading the book. Let us know what your take on it. Make sure y'all give a good review on the book so people could go and actually purchase the book. But shout out to you guys also who purchased the t-shirt. Make sure y'all rock it on when we go live. Show some love, the energy. Remember, energy flows no matter where we are. And like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. We love you guys. Oh, shout out to Urban Noise was in the building.
Urban Noise.
Is in the building.
They be here since day one.
And also John Smith, who also been here day one.
Oh
He's
my
not here, but I know he's working. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys in the Facebook world and also in the Instagram world as well. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. We over and out.
Peace.
Peace.